he's physically ill.
Yeah.
He's emotionally, and then the damage you do, like.
You know, I'd never really given much thought to how I would die, but dying in the place of someone I love seemed like a pretty good way to go.
Jaden Smith is back in the spotlight again, and not in a good way. People are talking, and this time, DL Hughley stepped in with his own strong opinion about what's really going on behind the scenes. He didn't hold back either, pointing fingers at Jada Pinkett Smith and saying her past actions may have played a role in how Jaden acts today. DL made it sound like the environment around Jaden wasn't exactly stable, especially with all the public drama tied to Jada's personal life and relationships.
So you're working with Jaden Smith, who designed Yeezy footwear with Ye. What are y'all cooking up?
DL went even further, suggesting that Jada Pinkett Smith's choices may have blurred boundaries that should have stayed clear. He brought up her connection with August Alsina, who was close to Jaden, and hinted that situations like that can confuse a young person trying to figure things out. According to DL, this kind of behavior can send mixed signals, especially when it all plays out in front of the world.
Dog, it's hailing in Paris, bro. Ice is falling from the sky. It was cold. I knew it was cold, bro. Ice is bouncing off of me, dog. Do you see this? Rain doesn't, bro, it hurts a little bit. Bro, what's happening? What's going on? Bro, it's bouncing off, bro. You're not supposed to be able to catch rain in your hand. I'm catching little snowflakes in my hand, bro. You're not supposed to be able to catch rain, dog.
He made it seem like Jaden didn't really get the guidance he needed during key moments in his life. Now let's talk about what just happened with Jaden that has everyone raising their eyebrows again. He showed up at the Could Have Been Love Season 2 premiere looking calm and put together, like he was ready to handle interviews and promote his latest moves. Everything seemed smooth at first, and fans were expecting a normal red carpet moment. But things quickly took a strange turn when a reporter brought up his new Christian Louboutin collection. The reporter also mentioned that Jaden had been working with designer Jaden Smith, who used to collaborate with Kanye West, and that's when things got awkward fast. Instead of answering, Jaden suddenly shut down and walked off like he didn't want to deal with the question at all.
Well, I'm here at the LB show. I got this new amazing bag here. We got a freaking balcony on it. We got an owl on it. It's insane detailed. Everybody's getting insane work on this. Boom, boom. Inside, you know the vibes. Like, we're locked in. Come on. Details everywhere. Owl, you know, little, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're locked in. That's what we're doing.
No response, no explanation, nothing. The energy shifted instantly, and people watching were left confused about what just happened. Some folks online are now debating whether Jaden just didn't like the question or if something deeper is going on behind the scenes. Others are connecting this moment to everything DL Hughley said, wondering if there's more pressure on Jaden than people realize. What was that reaction even about? The reporter wasn't asking anything wild or out of line. She simply mentioned the designer, not Kanye, and even if that topic came up, Jaden could have just said no comment and kept it moving. Instead, he walked off like the question hit a nerve.
She bought home from college and she lived with us, right? And she needed a place to stay. And she lived with us, and I accepted her as now she's been there so long and we've known each other so long that she's literally like my daughter to me. Imagine me and my old lady, me and my wife break up, and I start messing around with her.
Yeah, because...
And people immediately started side-eyeing the whole situation. And that wasn't the only moment that had people talking. Just a few weeks later, Jaden was out in Paris, and another clip started making rounds online. This time, he was reacting to hail falling from the sky, but the way he acted had folks confused. He looked completely overwhelmed, almost like he'd never experienced weather like that before, and the internet wasted no time reacting. Some people laughed it off while others started questioning if everything was really okay with him. Then there's his style, which has also been getting a lot of attention lately. Jaden pulled up carrying a mini dollhouse-style bag that reportedly costs around $47,000, and that instantly sparked debates online. Some people called it fashion-forward, while others thought it was just too much and out of touch. Either way, it added more fuel to the ongoing conversations about him. If you scroll through the comments on these clips, one theme keeps popping up again and again. A lot of people believe Jaden's behavior didn't just come out of nowhere. They're pointing straight at his upbringing and saying his parents may have been focused on everything except giving him structure and guidance. That's a heavy claim, but it's one that keeps showing up in these discussions. DL Hughley didn't stay quiet about this either. He doubled down on his earlier statements and suggested that Jaden's experiences growing up may have exposed him to situations that were hard to process at a young age. DL specifically brought up Jada Pinkett Smith's past connection with August Alsina, who had a close bond with Jaden, and pointed out that August was going through his own struggles at the time. And according to DL Hughley, there's a double standard here that people aren't really calling out.
August Alsina was Jaden's friend,
Right.
who he brought to the house.
So I think it was, and I'm not, look, I ain't in nobody's business, it's their thing, but when they were talking, well, he was sick and he was mentally sick and he was emotionally sick. Now, that's predatory. Let me tell you something, if you're sick, like he's physically ill,
yeah,
he's emotionally, and then the damage you do.
He pointed out that if the roles were flipped, the public reaction would have been completely different, no question about it. That idea alone has people thinking twice about how this whole situation was handled. Just picture this for a second. If Will Smith had gotten involved with one of Willow's friends during a time when that person wasn't in a good place mentally or physically, the outrage would have been everywhere. People would not have brushed it off or turned it into a trending topic the way they did here. DL's argument is that the response would have been way more intense. And honestly, a lot of people online are starting to agree with that take. Instead, most of the attention stayed locked on the word entanglement and that red table talk moment. It became more about the headlines and less about the deeper concerns behind the situation. Some critics feel like important details got pushed to the side, especially when it comes to the timing and the emotional state of everyone involved.
Like, this dude was talking about right? So it isn't just you having an affair or whatever you do. It's that in your wake, because you felt bad, that dude was up behind it.
Still is.
And you can't tell me that if that were Will, he'd never be saving the world again.
Another layer that has people raising their eyebrows is how the connection even started in the first place. Reports say that Jaden was the one who introduced August Alsina to Jada Pinkett Smith, which adds a whole different level of awkwardness to the situation. That detail alone has made people question the boundaries that were in place at the time. Now here's the part that really gets people talking. In his 2020 docuseries, State of Emergency, The Rise of August Alsina, August opened up about going through serious personal struggles when he was younger. He shared that someone close to him had crossed a line in his early life, which left a lasting impact on him. Even more surprising, he said that when he confided in his mother and asked for privacy, that trust was broken when the story was shared with others in their community. All of this adds more context to why people are looking at the situation differently now.
So are you also gonna expose the fact that you have molested me when I was in your presence as a kid? Asking my moms to not say nothing, to hold that down and to, keep that secret. And not even a day later, random people tell me, oh, yeah, your mama said this.
When you take a step back and connect the dots, it raises bigger questions about timing, judgment, and how certain situations were handled behind closed doors. This. That's how people have been reacting as more clips and interviews keep resurfacing. When August Alsina appeared on The Breakfast Club, he didn't hold back when talking about his relationship with his mom. He made it clear they were never really close. And that alone gave people a better understanding of what he was dealing with behind the scenes. In that same interview, August opened up about going through deep emotional struggles and feeling completely alone at times. He even shared that there were moments where he felt like he had no one to lean on, which made everything even heavier for him to carry.
The real, man. I talked about me thinking about suicide. That's real. Like I mean, I have thoughts about that. I remember being just super overly depressed, like overly depressed, and not knowing how to deal with this, not knowing like.
Hearing that changed how a lot of people viewed his situation because it showed just how much he was dealing with internally. So when you look at the bigger picture, people are saying this was someone who was already going through a lot, feeling isolated and trying to find stability wherever he could. That context is why so many are now questioning how certain relationships and decisions unfolded around him. It adds a whole different layer to everything that happened later on. Then comes the part that really gets people talking. Reports say that Jaden brought August into his circle, introducing him to his home environment and family. From there, things reportedly shifted in a way that many now find questionable, especially given the age gap and the circumstances at the time. That's where a lot of the criticism toward Jada Pinkett Smith starts to build up again. But it doesn't stop there. Some people who claim to be familiar with the entertainment scene have made additional claims suggesting that Jaden himself may have had a complicated upbringing. Now, to be clear, this part is still unconfirmed and based on speculation, but it continues to circulate online. One detail that keeps coming up in discussions is how Jada and Jaden interact publicly, while Will, on the other hand, shows affection in a way that has people raising eyebrows.
Like not having a mother to talk to. My father is dead. I don't have nobody, you know what I'm saying, to teach me. So like I said, I'm out here I'm doing all of this on my own. And man, I went through so many surgeries. My mama ain't even check on it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm damn near dead, yeah, and losing my vision and you don't check on your kid.
Some moments caught on camera made it seem like Jaden wasn't fully comfortable, and viewers picked up on that right away. Now Will has tried to explain it, saying that's just how he expresses love and that it's all coming from a good place. But here's the part people keep pointing out. If your son is clearly showing signs that he's not into that kind of attention, why keep pushing it? That question alone has sparked a lot of debate online, with fans breaking down clips and trying to read between the lines. Because of this, more and more people are starting to connect different moments involving both Will and Jada Pinkett Smith to the way Jaden presents himself today. They're looking at past interviews, public appearances, and viral clips, trying to figure out if there's a bigger story behind it all. One video that keeps getting brought up is that Coachella clip with Jaden and Justin Bieber. If you remember that moment, you already know why it got so much attention. Their behavior had people talking instantly, with some viewers claiming it hinted at deeper experiences they may have gone through while growing up in the spotlight.
Are you okay?
Of course, these are just interpretations from the public, but the conversation around it hasn't slowed down at all. And then there's another angle that keeps popping up in discussions. The school Will and Jada created back in 2008 called the New Village Leadership Academy. At the time, Will said the goal was to build a space where kids could actually enjoy learning and feel inspired every day. It sounded positive on the surface, and a lot of people were curious about what made it different from traditional schools. However, over time, questions started to come up about what was really being taught there and the ideas behind it.
Why didn't they ask Leah Ramini? She's a little more credible. But then again, she might have been able to pull some of their cards, because a lot of them motherfuckers is involved in that Scientology bullshit too. That's LA, corner where Biggie was killed. I was just there. Literally. And that building, it's this big, gaudy, Masonic looking thing. You know, it's all right, architecturally wise. But what gets really interesting about it is when the sun goes down, they turn the lights on, blood red, pure blood red. The whole building glows, pure blood red.
But not everyone was buying the story about that school being just a fun, creative learning space. Parents of other students started looking deeper, and what they found made a lot of them uncomfortable. Before long, concerns began spreading, and the school ended up shutting down after people discovered connections to Scientology teachings. Reports claim that several teachers involved were dedicated followers of Scientology, and even the school's materials pointed towards something called study technology, a system created by L. Ron Hubbard. That detail alone had parents asking serious questions about what their kids were actually being taught behind closed doors. It quickly turned from a positive idea into a full-blown controversy. At first, Will and Jada Pinkett Smith publicly denied having any involvement with Scientology. They kept their distance from those claims, trying to clear up the growing rumors.
I don't know, man. It just feels disturbing to me. You put this thing up that looks like some kind of Masonic monument where Biggie Smalls was shot to death. And at night, you thought that the color should be blood red. I don't know.
You spoke about Scientology.
Yeah.
Does that have to do with anything with the Illuminati, or is that this separate entity?
They're separate entities, but they work in tandem.
Right.
They spy on each other's people for each other.
Right.
You know, if they don't want to make it look like they're stalking one of their, defectees.
But things took another turn when actress Leah Remini, who used to be part of the organization, spoke out in her book, Troublemaker: Surviving Hollywood and Scientology. Leah didn't hold back at all. She claimed that she had personally seen Jada at Scientology gatherings multiple times, which directly contradicted the public denials. That revelation alone added more fuel to the already heated discussion surrounding the family. And then came one of the strangest stories she shared. Leah described a night at Tom Cruise's house where Will and Jada were also present. According to her, what started as a normal evening quickly turned into something unexpected when Tom suggested they all play hide and seek.
They'll ask somebody from TMZ to do it for them. Oops, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that out loud, allegedly. Harvey. They farm it out. Make it seem like it's just paparazzi stuff when they're actually doing investigation. And Scientologists, they're relentless. A lot of people farm out their gaslighting work to them for a profit. That's LA.
At first, I thought he was joking, Leah said. But no, he literally wanted to play hide and seek with a bunch of grown-ups in what was probably close to a 7,000 square foot house on almost 3 full acres of secluded land. She explained that the situation felt so unusual that she decided not to participate at all. But it didn't end there. Leah claimed that Tom then approached her and said, "Well, good, so you're it," which only made the whole moment even more awkward and hard to believe. Leah Remini didn't just mention this once and move on. She doubled down in another interview with the Daily Beast, making her stance even clearer. "I know Jada's in. She's been in Scientology a long time," Leah said. She explained that while she never personally saw Will involved, Jada was someone she would regularly notice at the Celebrity Center. That claim alone kept the conversation going strong.
The Willow conversation, the Smith family conversation that we had.
In your face.
In your face.
Like, put out in your face.
I mean, there's multiple videos of this man forcibly trying to tongue kiss his son. On some Dalai Lama shit, suck my tongue. All right.
Leah also pointed out that the same school Will and Jada created had already raised eyebrows before it eventually shut down. To her, it all connected back to the same influence. She made it sound like this wasn't just a one-time thing, but something that had been part of Jada Pinkett Smith's life for years. Now, a lot of people are asking the same question: what does any of this actually have to do with Jaden and everything being said about his experiences? That's where things start to get even more layered, according to some voices online. A former celebrity bodyguard known as Big Homie CC has made claims about how certain powerful circles in the entertainment world operate. He suggested that some of the strategies used within the industry may have similarities to systems connected to Scientology practices. These are serious claims, but it's important to note they are still unproven and based on personal accounts. Then you have Jaguar Wright, who has also spoken out with her own perspective. She has suggested there could be links between Scientology and a rumored secret network of influential figures in Hollywood. That idea has spread quickly online, with people debating whether there's any truth to it or if it's just speculation. At the end of the day, all of these statements and theories have added more intensity to the ongoing discussion. And then Jaguar Wright took things even further, bringing Will and Jada Pinkett Smith into the conversation in a way that had people seriously reacting. She hinted at claims about their family dynamic that quickly spread online, but it's important to remember these are allegations and personal opinions, not confirmed facts. Still, the way she said it had people pausing and questioning everything they thought they knew. Now, all of this leads to the big question everyone keeps asking. Are Jaguar Wright and DL Hughley right to connect Jada and Will's past situations, especially everything involving August Alsina, to the way Jaden acts today? Or are people just reaching and trying to tie unrelated events together for attention? Some say Jaden grew up with privilege and freedom, and that's why he moves the way he does. Others believe there's something deeper going on, pointing to pressure, fame, and the kind of environment he was raised in. It's a debate that's not slowing down anytime soon, and both sides are coming in strong with their opinions. So what do you think? Is this just personality and lifestyle playing out in public? Or could there really be more beneath the surface that people aren't fully seeing yet? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this conversation is getting louder every day. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and stick around to see what's happening next in our hood.